I was left back in kindergarten and put into special education because I cannot concentrate. There are psychological documents based upon medical examinations showing that my intense hyperactivity was related to brain damage. As an adult, my specialty is concentrating, but I still cannot choose what to concentrate on. I am always ready to run and hide in the woods if it is necessary. In such a situation, I will never be the person who is taken unawares. I did not sleep with a woman until I was 22, and I believe that I confused many women in the years prior. They must have thought I wasn't interested in them. In fact, I was completely timid, but only in this regard. In all other cases, I was confident, even aggressive. The girl I slept with tricked me into her room by telling me we were going to play video games. When we got there, she told me that there were no video games. She was half Mexican, and a tree had recently fallen on her car. I have tried every drug I could get my hands on, but not in a social way. I was just curious about ways I could feel. 2 I found best: injecting heroin, smoking DMT. I do not have an addictive personality. The phrase addictive personality disgusts me, and yet now I've used it. When I decide to stop doing something, smoking cigarettes for instance, or shooting heroin, I simply stop, and there are no repercussions. One of my specialties as a young man was doing many drugs at once, too many, for instance, ketamine, psilocybin, ecstasy, heroin, cocaine, mescaline, and lots of whiskey. Somehow, I never died. When I was a child, I would imitate people as a game. I would imitate my father or my mother. I would imitate my brother, too. He hated this desperately. He would try to avoid it or get away, but I would be after him, just copying. He would shout at the top of his lungs for me to stop, and sometimes even then I wouldn't. This copying of mine was not parody, though. When I copy things, I try to do the best I can. I dislike cynicism, parody, sarcasm, humor that is at anyone's expense. I adore humor that picks at universal flaws, like for instance the fact that we have to crouch to shit, and if we don't, the shit runs down our legs. Once, as an adult, I had an accident and shat while wearing my clothing. I really believed I was about to fart, but that wasn't it. If I am sleeping and someone calls on the phone, I will lie to hide the fact that I was resting. I expect everyone does this. My friend confessed to me once that he does. I didn't tell him I also do. I don't find it necessary in life to tell people what I really think. Because of that, I have an incredible variety of friends, many of whom would not like one another if they met. I am not interested in being anyone in particular, nor am I interested in having people know I am right. On the other hand, I am very competitive when playing games and try as hard as I can to win, really to a fault. I am a good loser, though, and if I find someone who is much better than me at something, I will lose happily for years, provided that I am improving. I feel all the time that I am in their debt. I sleep for 7 hours and that's fine. Sometimes I sleep for 6 hours and that's fine. I stayed awake in 1997 for 129 hours without stimulants. My short-term memory started to fail. If I sleep for 11 hours, I become dehydrated and wake with a migraine. Since I was 20, one of my specialties has been lucid dreaming. I am continually astonished to discover it is a subject no one cares about. I try to explain the adventures you can have. They don't care. I love to try different sleep methods. Right now I sleep 5 or 6 hours at night and an hour in the middle of the day. The middle of the day is my enemy. If I kill myself, it will be then. I do not become melancholy at night. For years I ate everything, even insects, rotting fish, horse, but now I am a vegetarian. I love to cook, and when I do, I am meticulous. Unfortunately, I don't like to cook for people who aren't grateful. I am certain this is something ugly. I knew the moves of the game chess as a boy, but didn't learn to play until I was 18. The smartest boy at my school taught me. His father, who once had been a correspondence chess champion, taught him. That man died, and my father died, and the 2 sons were left to play chess together. If given the choice, I will often sit on the floor. I like to be at the back of anything, buses, movie theaters, etc. I don't like to be visible. Or